When we think of saying goodbye to our loved ones, we often picture concrete vaults, manicured lawns, and polished caskets. But what if there was a different path, a way to return to the earth as naturally as we arrived, leaving a legacy of life? Across the country, a growing number of families are choosing a profound alternative. Instead of traditional methods relying on harsh embalming fluids and steel, they are embracing nature. It is a return to simplicity, honoring the natural cycle of life in untouched, peaceful landscapes. Hello, and welcome. Today we are exploring green burial options in the USA. We will discover exactly what a natural burial entails, how it protects our precious ecosystems, and the deeply meaningful choices available to you. For generations, the standard American funeral has relied heavily on resource-intensive practices. Every year, traditional cemeteries bury millions of gallons of toxic embalming fluids, thousands of tons of steel and copper from metallic caskets, and massive quantities of reinforced concrete for burial vaults. But a growing movement is challenging this norm, shifting our perspective towards what is known as green burial. At its core, green burial is about returning to the earth naturally, without introducing artificial barriers or harmful chemicals into the soil. The philosophy of a green burial is incredibly simple, yet profoundly beautiful. It embraces the natural cycle of life, death, and regeneration. Instead of trying to preserve the body artificially, green burial allows our physical form to gracefully decompose, nourishing the very ground we walk on. This eco-conscious approach often takes place in certified natural burial grounds, conservation areas, or nature preserves. These spaces look less like conventional cemeteries and much more like untouched wilderness, providing a living memorial where native plants and local wildlife can thrive. Think of it as applying the familiar principles of reduce, reuse, and recycle to our end-of-life choices. By choosing biodegradable materials like wicker, pine, or organic shrouds, and eliminating the energy-intensive processes of traditional burials, we can give back to the ecosystem, ensuring our final act is one of environmental stewardship. At the heart of green burials is a profound respect for the earth, prioritizing the preservation of our natural habitats and the resources we leave behind. The first major difference from conventional practices is the rejection of traditional embalming. Each year, millions of gallons of embalming fluid containing toxic chemicals like formaldehyde are buried in the ground. These chemicals pose significant risks to both funeral workers and our fragile groundwater systems. Instead of temporarily preserving the body with hazardous fluids, eco-conscious options embrace the natural cycle of life. By choosing not to embalm, we allow the body to return to the earth naturally and safely. It is a gentle, chemical-free process that transforms loss into nourishment for new life, letting nature take its intended course. This second core principle involves rethinking how we are laid to rest. Conventional burials often involve mined metals, toxic varnishes, and concrete vaults that remain in the earth indefinitely. Green burials, however, utilize 100% biodegradable containers crafted from sustainable, naturally derived materials. Families can choose from simple, elegant caskets made of locally sourced pine, beautifully hand-woven willow or seagrass baskets, or simple shrouds made from organic cotton, linen, or silk. Even cremation options are evolving, with families utilizing biodegradable urns crafted from plant fibers or compressed sand that gently dissolve into the earth or water. The difference in environmental impact is striking. While a traditional steel or varnished hardwood casket can take decades or even centuries to break down, leaving synthetic residues behind, a simple pine box or natural woven shroud gracefully decomposes within just a few years, leaving zero toxic footprint and completing the cycle of life. When choosing a green burial in the United States, you generally have three main options, each offering a different level of ecological integration. The most accessible option is often a hybrid cemetery. These are conventional cemeteries that have dedicated a specific section exclusively for natural burials. As you walk past the familiar manicured lawns and traditional headstones, you will find a distinct transition into an area blooming with native plants and natural landscaping. Here, graves are typically marked with discrete, unpolished fieldstones rather than large monuments. A step further into nature brings us to natural burial grounds. These beautiful landscapes are designed from the ground up to operate in harmony with the environment. Instead of uniform rows, imagine rolling meadows dotted with wildflowers or peaceful, densely wooded forests. Markers here are minimal and organic, such as a simple flat rock or a newly planted tree sapling. For families visiting, it feels less like a traditional graveyard and more like a serene hike through a tranquil nature preserve.
The highest standard of green burial is the conservation cemetery. These sites go beyond natural burial by actively partnering with land trusts to protect pristine wilderness from future development. By choosing a conservation cemetery, burial fees directly fund the purchase and long-term preservation of vast, ecologically vital landscapes. Imagine acres of protected forests and meadows where wildlife thrives, from deer grazing peacefully to native birds soaring overhead. It is a powerful legacy, ensuring your final resting place becomes a permanent sanctuary for nature.
If you are ready to explore green burial options, the first step is finding the right cemetery. Across the United States, certified green burial grounds are becoming increasingly common. A great starting point is the Green Burial Council website, which features an interactive map of certified providers. Simply typing "green burial near me" into a search engine can also reveal excellent local options. Once you have found potential locations, it is crucial to ask the right questions to ensure their practices align with your values. You will want to ask about their specific rules for natural grave markers. Is the grave digging done carefully by hand, or does the cemetery use heavy machinery? What types of natural plot options are available? Every green cemetery operates with its own unique set of guidelines. Finally, connecting with a funeral home that genuinely understands eco-friendly practices can make all the difference during your planning. Many modern funeral homes now offer specialized green burial packages and guide families with compassion and care. For a comprehensive directory of green-friendly funeral homes and resources, visit funeralus.com to start planning a meaningful and natural farewell. Choosing a green burial is more than just a final disposition. It is a profound statement of values, a commitment to conservation, and a beautiful way to return to the earth just as we came. From natural burial grounds that double as nature preserves, to biodegradable caskets and water cremation, the options we explored today offer a way to leave a legacy of growth and renewal. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to understand green burial options across the United States. Exploring these choices empowers us to plan an end of life that truly reflects how we lived. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to our channel for more thoughtful guides on end-of-life planning. Your final footprint can be one that nurtures the planet for generations to come. For more detailed information on end-of-life planning, local green burial resources, and compassionate guidance, please visit our website at funeralus.com. Take care, and let your legacy be a living one.